Straight it up, girl.
Way to go, champ. That's great.
All right, time to bring on Montreal's own. He is now the #1 contender to the International Championship. Please welcome Speedball, Mike Bailey.
Let's go, Mike. Way to go, Mike. Way to go. Congratulations, Mike.
Thanks so much.
You did it!
Let's go, Mike.
Let's go. Thank you all so much for coming tonight.
I'm just going to have to ask the obvious. What did it mean to you to be able to achieve this here tonight in Montreal? Friends, family, all your people here?
So it goes so far beyond just getting to perform in the Bell Center for the first time, right? This is where I came to see wrestling as a child. The first wrestling show I ever saw was here, and I came throughout the years. So it was always obviously a huge dream to wrestle in the Bell Center, but this was such a huge night for many reasons, right? Not only was it a huge match, it was a huge victory, and getting to challenge for the International Championship means a lot. Not only like huge reception, huge victory, hometown crowd. In fact, so my mother tonight was in the audience, and I've been wrestling for 20 years, and it was the first time she ever came to see me wrestle at a show. Which is, silly, but it's a huge deal. The reception from the crowd, I've been hearing all week, oh, people are going to be really excited to see you, and I really didn't expect it to be this much, nearly to the level that it was, just as I came out, before I even did anything, and I really felt that. And even throughout the night, it was wonderful. During the main event, which, by the way, I'm still very proud that this was the main event on this show, right? Kevin getting the Speedball's better chant, which makes me very happy, but I don't entirely believe. I still think, I thought it when we were Jet Speed. I think Kevin is going to be known as the greatest pro wrestler in the world, and then I'm hoping that I'll beat him then, and then it'll just be us playing catch up together until then. I think we were such a great tag team as Jet Speed, 2-time Trios Championship. Honestly, we were the best tag team in the world for the year that we were together, and I mean that. And it still means a lot to me to see him in the main event tonight take on the best professional wrestler in history, Kenny Omega. And both of us being on the same show in the Bell Center just means the world to me.
Any questions for Speedball?
JPJ with Bodyslam.net. Congrats, Speedball, on the big win. You've had a lot of big moments in this town, in this city of yours. Where does this one rank for you?
#1, I mean, by far. I keep saying this, but like, my best match is always my last match, right? Every moment always tops the last one. But I feel like this, by far, my best moment in AEW, and I felt that way the last time I had, a big match, and it just keeps topping each other. And I'm so excited in the future for AEW to keep coming back to the Bell Center, putting on bigger and bigger events, and to make that the best moment of my career every single time AEW comes to Montreal.
Any other questions?
Hash, what's up?
I just want to ask, how are you planning on beating Kyle Fletcher with the entire Don Callis family?
Yeah, so how do I plan on beating Kyle Fletcher? So he and I, 1-1, right? The first time was the Continental Classic, and I beat Kyle Fletcher, straight up. And that's what I love about the Continental Classic. My favorite season, my favorite matches. It was my favorite to watch, and it's my favorite to participate in, because all you get is the best wrestlers in the world doing the best wrestling. And when it came down to it, wrestling in the ring, me versus Kyle Fletcher, I won. When we had the rematch, it was heading very much in that same direction. And the one thing that was different was that, unlike the Continental Classic, the Don Callis family wasn't barred from ringside. And that's been the story of my last few big singles matches, right? Against Jake Doyle, against Mark Davis. I'm up there, I'm going. And then I look to my left, and I see Rocky Romero. I look to my right, I see, Kyle. I see Don Callis in the corner, on commentary, people running in. And that's again, that's the story and the problem with the Don Callis family. great wrestlers. Every single member of the Don Callis family is one of the world's best wrestlers. I mean, you know, Kyle Fletcher, Mark Davis, Okada, Trent, Rocky, formerly Andrade, no longer, right? And they're all doing great, hugely successful. But how does the story always end? What does Don Callis do? He helps them in the short term, right? He's loving Kevin Knight right now. We'll see how long that lasts. And so, while it is a disadvantage that Kyle has the Don Callis family with him, I think that's a very, very fragile advantage.
That's a great answer.
Yeah, that makes sense? Yeah,
Makes sense.
good,
It
good.
makes sense.
Okay, great.
No, and I appreciate what you said too. I think you've had classic matches, and it's a great point. In the Continental Classic, when it was one-on-one with no outside interference, you did get the better of it in a classic.
Great.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mike.
Hello, here, Jean-François Kelly, Les Rois de la Reine. For me, Mike Bailey is simply the best wrestler right now in professional wrestling. And you are a very nice person, a nice human being. Can you have some words in French for the Quebec audience?
Ça va me faire toujours plaisir de parler français. Honnêtement, c'est drôle parce que quand j'ai commencé à lutter, on parlait seulement de, au mieux, être le meilleur à Montréal. Des fois, être le meilleur lutteur au Québec. On parlait rarement d'être le meilleur lutteur au Canada. On parlait jamais, en 2005, au Québec, de devenir le meilleur lutteur au monde. Puis j'ai toujours eu un problème avec ça. Ça m'a toujours dérangé. D'être avec des bons lutteurs, des excellents lutteurs québécois, mais qui n'avaient pas l'aspiration de devenir les meilleurs au monde. Puis je suis content que ça ne m'ait pas arrêté. Je suis content que j'ai continué à persévérer. Puis même quand j'ai été banni des États-Unis, j'ai réalisé que ça allait être beaucoup plus difficile pour moi d'être le meilleur lutteur au Québec parce qu'il y a beaucoup de places où je n'aurais pas pu aller. Mais ça ne m'a pas arrêté. J'ai décidé, je vais aller au Japon, je vais aller en Europe, je vais aller au Mexique, je vais devenir le meilleur lutteur au monde. Puis je suis ici où les meilleurs luttent. And I'm here where the best wrestle. Right? That was very long, but basically... No, I can say it back in English. Basically, it's very difficult, right, if you start in Quebec. This is Quebec Wrestling in 2005 when I started, before social media, when there was only one major promotion that really didn't have any wrestlers whose first language wasn't English, who didn't look around the world for the best wrestlers, just hired whoever they wanted, whoever fit a very specific mold. And as someone from Quebec who didn't fit that mold, the entire province, no one wanted to make it outside of Quebec because it just seemed so unlikely, which makes sense. Everyone wanted to maybe be the best wrestler in their city, possibly the best wrestler in Quebec, but no one aspired to be the greatest wrestler in the world. And now here I am, All Elite Wrestling, we're the best wrestler. And I can't quite say that I'm the best wrestler in the world yet, because I don't have the gold to prove it. But after tonight, Grand Slam, August 5th, I get to take the International Championship from Kyle Fletcher. And that is the perfect title for me, International Champion. I said this before my first title shot in AEW Dynasty last year in Philadelphia. It was me, Kenny, and Ricochet for the International Championship. And that is the championship that I wanted because I see myself as an international pro wrestler. I'm great because of Quebec, because of all the wrestlers here that prepared me to go around the world and take what's best from every single wrestler in every other country and bring it back to AEW. And it's to represent Quebec and what it's like to be from here that I need to beat Kyle Fletcher for the International Championship.
I was just next. I was just waiting for my turn, so I thought I'd just come and, stay in here and let you know that I heard everything you said.
You want to go?
No.
No, go here.
I mean, whenever you're done.
Okay,
I was
yeah,
just
yeah.
listening, so I thought I would just come out here if that's cool with you.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, great.
Are you
Great.
done?
Any other questions?
Any other questions?
Wow. Joel, really?
Yeah, I'll just stand here.
I would ask.
Joel,
Sure.
no, go
Go
right
ahead,
ahead.
Joel. Go
Don't
ahead,
be
Joel.
shy.
Yeah, Kyle.
Don't be
let
shy.
Kyle.
Sorry, Kyle. This
No, it's all
is
good.
a bit of a history. Hi.
Hi, Joel.
Michael and Louise. You've mentioned your background in the Montreal wrestling scene in 20 years. And this weekend, there were Montreal-based wrestlers all over the place working here tonight and also on the independents this weekend. Talk to me about your experience coming back and seeing what the independents in Montreal have become since you moved up in the international ranks, so to speak, and working with AEW and
It's incredible to see the whole scene grow, right? And I think when I started, there were very few guys, and there was like, it took Sexy Eddie, Kevin Steen, El Generico, guys that we miss dearly, to go out and make a path for themselves in the wrestling world, right? Which they did because there was not a place for them to wrestle at the time. So they had to make their living as independent wrestlers internationally. And I think that I'm very happy that, you know, I saw a lot of people who were doing extra work today that I trained, with other people. But from my time teaching at the IWS, they were there and they've been traveling the world, making great careers for themselves in pro wrestling. And that, to me, is the most important part. That is what I want to do, is inspire people, bring people up. And I was saying this at Comic-Con just yesterday, but I truly believe that pro wrestling is a force for good. And that, in some strange way, becoming a pro wrestler can help people become better versions of themselves, right? And I think it's great to see. And I think someone like Kyle Fletcher is a great example of that. You know, started in Australia at 15 years old, 14 years old,
14.
right? 14 years old, just took it up on himself to go to England and live in a house in Wolverhampton with like 12 other wrestlers, right? Being miserable, receiving $30 to wrestle for Andy Quildan for years, right? And then New Japan, and then finally getting here, international champion, top of the world in All Elite Wrestling, only to be held down by Don Callis ultimately. And that part is unfortunate. That part is very unfortunate.
Subjective. No, objective, subjective. Sorry, subjective.
That being said, it's your hometown. This was a great moment for you tonight. You brought up the Comic-Con. I've already been a part of one press conference brawl involving Kyle Fletcher this week, and I would ask you guys to please contain yourselves. And also, I don't want the liability. I'm still dealing with the liability from Comic-Con. Thank you.
Well, we do get that match. We know Grand Slam Mexico City. We will get to see Speedball get his shot at that international championship with Kyle Fletcher. 2 weeks.
Thank you very much, Speedball.
Thank you, Speedball.
Very much. Steve.
Thank you so much, Tony.